Hello, hello. So I am here. This is Allison from the Greek and Christian podcast, and I'm here interviewing another student leader who's involved with Greek InterVarsity. And I'm excited to welcome Alexis today. Hey, Alexis.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to listen. So excited to be here.
Awesome. And if you're watching this on Instagram TV or YouTube or wherever, you'll notice that my background today, it appears that I'm outside on a campus. And so I thought it'd be fun to be on Alexis's campus. And this is the beautiful campus of Grand Valley State University in Grand Rapids. But before I start sharing too many details about Alexis, why don't you just tell us a little bit, one, where do you go to school? What year in school are you? And then what sorority are you a member of?
Yes. So I am going to be a junior at Grand Valley State. It's in Michigan. And I live in Illinois. So it's just a 3-hour drive from Allendale in Michigan.
Awesome. And are you going to be living back on campus this fall?
Yes, I'll be living again in my sorority house, Phi Sigma Sigma.
Yay, that's so awesome. That's so great. Well, I have some fun questions for you. And these are really the questions we've been asking each of our students. My first one, because one of my favorite memories of school was just like piling in a car late at night and going somewhere to eat with my sisters. And also, I just really like food. So, Alexis, what's your favorite place to eat, either like on campus or near campus?
I would say, again, with those late nights with sisters, so I lived in the house this past fall school year as well. And we would go at night to Culver's. It was just a quick 3-minute drive. And we would get, the cheese curds, French fries. And that was just fun to listen to music and hang out with everyone and laugh. So for sure.
Awesome. And I'm from Michigan, so I think I've shared that on the podcast. I went to Western Michigan University. I am familiar with Culver's. So I used to go there occasionally. Don't they do like the frozen custard or something?
They do.
As well?
Ice cream.
Yeah.
They have, yeah.
Fun. Love it. Okay. Well, let's get into your Greek experience a little bit. So I'd love to hear you. You said you're a member of Phi Sigma Sigma. And what's your favorite moment or memory you've had so far? I know, you're going to be a junior, so you've had quite a few of them. Might be hard to pick, but what's a favorite memory or moment in Phi Sigma Sigma?
Honestly, I think bid day. It's hard to not say bid day, but I joined fall 2019, so pre-COVID, as a freshman, and so many people, so many women cheering in this gymnasium room, like jumping into my chapter and meeting everyone as sisters who I had talked to during recruitment. That was my favorite moment for sure. Just the excitement. It was so great.
Oh, I love it. That's so fun. Even as an alum today, I will totally drive. I live in Salt Lake City, which is where the University of Utah campus is. And I will totally park across the street from Greek Row to watch all the women run home because it just brings back such great memories. So, yes, I love it. And if you're a new member listening to this and, maybe you just had bid day or you're awaiting bid day, it is awesome. So make sure to savor it. Well, let's talk a little bit about your relationship with Christ. So I'd love to hear a little bit, were you following Jesus before you joined Phi Sigma Sigma? And what's it been like for you figuring out how to intersect your faith with Greek life?
Yes. So it's been a few years now. When I was 16, a sophomore in high school, that's when I chose yes to follow God. My mom at the time, we weren't a very religious family. My mom would say Creasters, so the Easter, go to church, and then for Christmas, go to church. And she wanted me to go get confirmed at our Catholic church. And in order to do that, I had to go on a reflections retreat before doing that. And that was the place where we spent a weekend away from home, social media, everything. And that's where I found God. And after that, I just continued to lead retreats and go on mission trips in high school.
That's so awesome. So then fast forward, you get to campus. And you said freshman year you joined Phi Sigma Sigma. And so what has it been like for you, figuring out how to intersect your faith with Greek life? What's been hard? What's been good about it?
So I knew that going into college was going to be different because I didn't have the same youth group. I didn't have my church I was comfortable with right down the street from me. And I wanted to join something where I could still keep my faith while at school and away and having my own independence. And when everyone was going to go through recruitment that first month, I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I remember I learned that some chapters had Bible studies, and that really intrigued me. So I began to talk to active members at different houses about like, oh, do you have a Bible study? Or I would talk about like mission trips to see if anyone else I could relate to cared about their faith. And Phi Sig, one of our values is faith. And
Mm.
that I've connected with our Bible study leader at that time who just started it. Her name's Haley Bowman. And that's how I chose Phi Sig, because I knew it was right for me.
That's awesome. And if you've listened to the season so far to our audience, we talk a little bit about some ideas for how to think about joining your Greek chapter. And, there's a couple of pros and cons of, joining a Greek organization that maybe already has a Bible study or one that doesn't, but that's totally a valid thing for you to consider when you're going through recruitment. And so I love that was right on your mind, Alexis, when you were joining. So tell me a little bit now, you're going to your junior year, and I know that you have Greek InterVarsity on your campus. How did you tell me about your experience getting involved with your Bible study and your sorority, and then Greek InterVarsity in general?
For sure. So I want to say a year ago today, when we were in quarantine, Haley, who was the first person who started our Bible study, she FaceTimed me and asked me if I wanted to join the leadership team. And I got connected with Steve Lambert, who's in charge at our campus of Greek University, who told me about you as well, Allison. And that's when Steve helped introduce me this past, 2020 fall to lead my chapter, get more sisters involved, more new members. And that's also when I decided to take an executive board position with my chapter too.
That's awesome. So what is your role in your chapter?
So I'm in charge of recruitment. So
Yay!
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I absolutely love it. Connecting with everyone. It's just been a bit challenging with being the Bible study leader and taking on the exec board position, for sure.
Yes. Well, crazy coincidence, Alexis. I was also the vice president of recruitment for Pi Phi when I was in college, and I led the Bible study. So you're right. It can be challenging because that's a lot of leadership that God is inviting us into. But yeah, I'll be praying for you, and I'm sure our audience will be too, just, navigating and balancing that. Well, I'd love to hear, what encouragement or advice do you have for Greeks who are trying to grow in their faith?
I told myself this when I went into college, like, you got to try something new and not be afraid to do that, even if you're on your own and you don't know like what you're getting yourself involved in. So having that God confidence, let God take trust in him that he's going to help you find your way, I think is important. And, having those faith conversations with your future brothers or sisters in Greek life is important too, if you really want faith to be a part of your experience and your chapter.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. Well, any shout outs that you want to give to anybody?
I would have to say our Archon, our president, Finn Lindberg. She is like my soul sister. We both, encourage each other in our faith on our exec board to make sure we're being there for our sisters, but also making sure we're keeping ourselves accountable and positive no matter what. For sure, Finn. And then Haley Bowman, who helped transition me into the next leader as well. And my mom. I always have to thank my mom. Like, she pushed me, and that's really what influenced me in my faith too.
I love it. It's almost like this is an Academy Awards show, and I gotta thank mom.
Yeah, right.
Well, thank you so much again, Alexis, for letting me interview you, and I'm excited for what God has for you this fall as being a leader in your chapter and leading your Bible study. And for those who are listening, if you are curious about Greek InterVarsity and you want to see Greek InterVarsity on your campus, visit us at greekiv.org. So we've got a contact card there. You'll get a free devotional from us just for signing up for more info, because we want to help you bring something like this, like what Alexis is talking about, to your campus where you can thrive in your faith and you can get the most and best out of your Greek experience at the same time. And then make sure to follow us on Instagram to stay up to date at what we're doing at Greek IB. And we'll have another interview with a student coming up soon.